unknowns. This is the Wizard Eye Show. Starting. Oh, wait. Oh, well, you're here. Alright, so this is the Ildefonso Brothers Show. Starting.
Say the name right.
Oh, okay, fine. We're the Unknown. Starting Wizard Eye. And.
That's much better. Anyways, Russell here.
So, guys. Today. Oh, wait. I know, you hate to say today. So, what I meant to say is, in this episode, of the broadcast.
Much better.
Okay. Because, somebody may watch this, several days, or a week or two, or months, or even a year later from this. But,
or just watch one half of the video and watch the other half later.
Well, when people say today, they meant, the day of the recording. So, or when they're either talking about a topic that's recently happened, that's why they say today sometimes. But I get why it's a pet peeve, because you're watching this several days later and you're like, today? You mean those days ago? I know you referred them to say in this episode or recording.
Can I say something mind-blowing?
Sure.
Why is it called the present if the present now becomes the past? Me saying this now is already being recorded in history.
So, are you wrong by saying it now?
Yeah.
You mean then. So, then I was. Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird how technology and the internet brought so much things together. Like, an unknown could literally become knowns within, from seconds, minutes. I was going to say days, years, but someone could get really famous, immediately if, if luck is by their side.
I know.
Oh, yeah, but you wanted to share something today?
You want to talk about technology?
Sure. I have some love-hate feelings with technology.
So do I.
I mean, I'm not no tech-savvy person, but I do like technology that, makes my life a little better.
Like video games.
Well, I was going to prefer, building maintenance, or should I say handy people work. Instead of using, a Phillips screwdriver manually, there's drills that do it, much easier, than doing it by hand. Speaking of a guy that's always stuck in the past, well, nobody say anyone is stuck in the past, but sometimes I know you love to talk about the 90s, bro, but DarkSydePhil, DSP Gaming, his setup and his tech.
Oh, what about it?
No, there's nothing about it. That's the thing.
Yeah, good one.
No, seriously, even his, the Simp Brothers. Oh, sorry, they're not called the Simp Brothers. They're called, the Pay Big Brothers. I sometimes call them the Jingle Brothers. But, send him stuff, for, the LED lights and all that. They help pay him for, stuff. Or no, wait, I don't think he even spend the money. No, I think they give him stuff.
He's lucky to have these pay pigs.
No, he's lucky to have. I don't know if I call them pay pigs. I call them generous donors.
I would say that to any other streamers.
Because it's seriously, they're very generous by giving anyone stuff, whether it's money or props. I mean, I always will love appreciate it. This is why I wasn't a big fan of Review Tech USA when he earned money to buy that camera, and then he ultimately sold the camera. That that would be a trophy in my opinion, like forever displayed, because this is the camera that people donated to, you know, donated. So he could buy the camera.
Yeah, it's a trophy.
Yeah. So it's a little bit weird how some people treat their fans, because it's like DarkSydePhil. I wonder what goes in his mind, because I never really see any real improvement in DSP gaming and DSP React, especially the editing format. And I know why it's raw. This guy is just masking the fact that he's lazy.
Yeah.
Very lazy to edit his videos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand editing can be very scary and it's hard.
Stressful.
Tedious.
I edit these videos and problems occur,
Oh, I help too,
Yeah, true. But still, you know what I mean.
Yeah, me and Big Dog OK helps. And yeah, there's so many like bugs, crashes. Yeah. But it's just weird. You said that you stopped understanding technology, right?
Yeah, it's so confusing to me.
So you just do whatever whatever it is that you could try to fix it.
I don't need the explanation. It is what it is.
You're just here to find the solution.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, this guy, DSP Gaming, like, he never really improved. He doesn't want to hire an editor. He want everything be given for him for free. I mean, heck, he used some of the trolls videos for his intro and outro. Was that even I see he does realize it, but he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me tell you a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day, I was trying to, how Big Dog OK is the one that sent us the well, I guess he sent you the the information. Well, I sent him the information, which he sent you the information.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was trying to send, the SD card, our footage, by the way,
yeah,
or material, to his house.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over to his house, and so I guess it was like either like during the middle or the end of the visit. I think it was like somewhere during the ending of the visit. He asked me if I could help him change the light bulb because, well, he asked me if I have a flash drive, or not flash drive. Oh my god, a flashlight. No, because I'm also thinking of the flash drive, but
yeah,
the thumb drive or whatever, the memory stick.
Mm-hmm.
But he was asking if I have a flashlight mode in my phone, which I remember I asked that stupid question before, and Sis said every phone should have it. It's like one of those mandatory things, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I turn it on, and of course he was changing the light bulb from his bathroom to his kitchen. What's the living room also, but kitchen and all that. And from his kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's more like a dining room. His dining room area. I was actually surprised where he was controlling. Well, he was testing the light from his phone, and I'm like, Big Dog, OK. How are you doing this? And he was like, from the phone, and I was really amazed, and he was like, heck, I can even control the light from my voice. And he was like, good night, Alexa, and good morning, Alexa. And it was just turning on and off. Now, for some of you, you might say, so, for me, I was impressed. I am probably the term living under a rock with these stuff.
Me too. We didn't even knew a lot about social media until high school. I didn't even know they go back.
Well, yeah. True. We're always a little delayed with tech. Well, to be fair, what's not broken, why fix it? And when it's broken, we upgrade to the latest tech.
True.
But that's not the point. It's just every time I go to a friend house, I'll be always amazed with the tech they have. And I'm like, because it's not the first time. I'm impressed. I'm trying to remember the because it was like the security camera,
Mm-hmm.
and they could move it with their phone. I was mind blown and it's not just any. I believe it was one of those camera that you put in a light bulb,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, they can do that. I mean, our cameras are just Well, actually, I do believe we also got ourselves one flashlight bulb,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason I didn't even know the like why wasn't it completely working or something. I mean, it probably had to do with the Wi-Fi or something, but
Yeah.
or that I don't know. Or unless it was just one of those cheap ones, it never worked. We tried. I tried, but you didn't try. You didn't care, but I tried, and I'm like, tech.
You know what? The one thing I gotta remind myself: this one tech exists.
What?
Hoverboards.
Yeah, I try to. I tend to forget that they exist.
Yeah, but it interests me because, you have movies like Back in the Future where it's common to see hoverboards.
Yeah, and what was the year 2015?
Yeah.
Oh man, I actually did like Back to the Future Part 3, where they were like in the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, I'm getting off subject again. But
Yeah. Like, it's amazing how, hoverboards was introduced back at the 2014, I think it was HUVR Tech. They hosted an event in downtown Las Vegas, and they introduced
wait, what? Wasn't it Los Angeles actually?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said Las Vegas.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Yeah, wasn't Tony Hawk in there too?
Yeah, he was. He was the first to try the new invented hoverboard.
And I never heard of it since. Actually, how is it so far?
Not like in the movies. They're still around apparently, but huh.
When I was in the university, I remember there were these weird. I don't want to say scooters or skateboard. It was like something like two wheels.
Yeah, they're also called hoverboards.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And I remember they could have just pulled the thing out, the stick out from there.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess I has. No, wait. Yeah, I guess that was, but it doesn't look like it completely though.
Well, then I hope I'm not confusing you, because the hoverboard I'm talking about, flies in the air. The ones you're trying to describe are the ones in the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, but I didn't know they were also considered hoverboards.
Yeah, that's what they're considered as.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a little bit weird with that one, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else with the hoverboard?
Well, I was gonna say the actor who played it, the Doc, basically, in Back in the Future, was there to introduce it.
I see. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. Really interesting, right?
Oh yes.
Oh, there's one thing I wanted to say. It's really interesting how, there's like this cycle. It's kind of called the technology adaptation life cycle.
Yeah.
Which is a sociological model that describes how people accept a new product, new device, something like that. And there is something that group these people go through a stage.
No, can you explain more?
Yeah, sure. The first and earlier people who take these technologies are called the innovators. They're usually more educated or more orientated.
Are they called innovators because they love to innovate?
Probably. And then you got the early adapters. And they're usually the more young people. And they tend to be community leaders as well, accordingly to the adaptation life cycle.
Wait, but I'm one of those early adapters sometimes. When I buy like the. Well, not all the times. I mean, the Nintendo Switch. I mean, that was like a year later, but like.
What about the Wii? We were so late in this life cycle.
Oh yeah.
2011 when we first got a Wii.
But that's because we weren't, playing video games during high school. We weren't playing video games until senior year.
Well, we were, but not like.
Well, anything that wasn't Pokemon, that was the only thing I really played it.
Well, I was gonna say anything old.
Oh yeah. You mean like the Nintendo 64 and Nintendo GameCube?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm being serious. At least for me, that's probably was for you. I don't think I was playing video games. That wasn't Pokemon in during my junior year in high school.
I just remember that my mom always make excuses why video games are bad, and she never let us brought up video game.
Yeah, well. But I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for the angry video game nerd, I always like to say this. That brought me back into the love of video games.
Me too.
Just seeing how getting those angry reviews and getting entertained by them. I remember like in my senior year, it was like literally like almost graduation, but I was asking friends, hey, do you guys have any video games I could buy from you?
Yeah.
And I remember I brought, heck, somebody was going to give a Nintendo DS. It was the blue one. The one you probably seen in the astrology episode. That DS, if anyone recognizes like blue.
Yeah.
Or ever saw it. Yeah, that was, a guy was going to give it for me for free. And I'm like, no, I can't accept this for free. You got to name a price. And he was like, I don't know. What do you think? And I'm like, a 20. And he was like, okay, how about a 10? And I'm like, sure, here's a 10. But that was, can you imagine 20 back then for me is a lot of money?
Yeah.
But 20 nowadays is just little money.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the value of 20 for me is like day and night from the past.
How times has changed.
Yeah, right. It's like $20 for me is the new $1. That's how serious I really mean it. By the way, or at least the $5. But it's just that video games. Yeah. For me, yeah, I'm a little mixed bag in early adapters because sometimes I do get certain things. And there's certain things I'm going to mention later that I'm not going to get yet because I learned my lesson over and over and over again that there's always like a updated or mid-generation upgrade to that.
Mm-hmm.
You could continue with the whole technology adaptation life cycle.
Yeah. The next one is the early majority. They tend to be more open to new ideas and influence, especially in the neighborhood or jobs. And then here comes the late majority, which tends to be the more older people, or at least the least educated people.
You mean our parents?
Yeah. And finally, the laggers.
You mean like lagging?
Yeah. They tend to be either in a small farm, poor people, or the elderly.
You mean Amish?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is pretty interesting because they're accusing these types of people, like, I'm wondering, was their samples accurate?
Well, if you're trying to imply that you don't think older people are like, or at least like country people are Amish, you're assuming that there gotta be at least a couple people that is afraid to, try out new tech, or they just don't like technology, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm imagining we're gonna go back with DarkSydePhil, DSP Gaming. This is how? Well, no, this is not how you stream. Well, no, this is not how someone stream. This is not how you play or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, but seriously, this guy is still running on the Windows 8. I don't think it's Windows 8.1, is it? Just a regular Windows 8.
I think so.
That is crazy. Didn't they just stop updating, supporting that?
Yeah.
Operating system,
Mm-hmm.
the OS.
Yeah. Though I don't want to bash him for that because remember, I got a desktop that still runs on Windows XP.
Yeah, I know. You got like almost, except for Windows 7, I believe, but every version of the OS, right?
Yeah, but through the other laptops.
Yeah, yeah, because you like to preserve that OS, which the Pedro was very amazed that you still got your Windows XP. Actually, you got two of them. One laptop and a desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's very amazed that you still had those tech and is, functioning well.
Well, one, I'm good at protecting my technology, but then it will fall into the stereotype of nerds who hates when, their stuff get touched.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm that too, by the way.
But still, and second, I really like old technology. To me, they're way more better than new technology. That's to me.
I like the nostalgia feeling to it.
Yeah.
So let me say this. So, how do you feel when you bring up those like ancient tech and people are like surprised to see it? What's your feeling? Because I always see you with a grin in your face.
Because it makes me want to smile that, oh my god, I actually got something that was common in the past, now, rare, in the present.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, one of the reasons why you still have those is to run PC games, right?
Yeah, to run the PC games that are only compatible through the older OS.
Ah man, I remember you and Mute Man talked about Tycoon games.
Yeah.
Ah man, I think we were waiting for Rob, and you guys were just having a conversation on old PC games.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
You got anything else about the whole technology thing, adaptation?
Yeah, I mean, there's a common stereotype that people, who are young are into new technology, And I kind of feel like maybe it is true, but I don't know. It's just how society put it this way,
I remember it was like several years ago. Probably the year before the pandemic, probably 2018 or maybe 2017. There was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was looking at Nintendo GameCube games, and I overheard him talking to his parents that he knows like these games, and I was amazed, like how, like in my head, right? And I it got to be 2019 to be honest, because I know the Nintendo Switch was out. It was around that time, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was like thinking in my head, how did this boy know all this? Then I'm like stupid, like maybe their parents probably got those systems, but it's amazed me because I don't think, like in my head, I don't really think the kids will look back on these outdated games, but then in the same time, some of these games are timeless.
I agree.
And anyone that plays Super Mario 64, I know there's some that probably will, even Sonic Adventure, like other games, will say, this is so outdated. Everything, the graphics, but it's just, but at the same time, gameplay it rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's also crazy?
What, that I still play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle?
Well, I was gonna say the people who make these games, cause it was new, There were no school to help them teach about these things. Technologies were limited to actual make a game. They were like magicians.
Yeah,
especially the people who made the Atari.
Oh yeah, I remember that documentary was in the Atari 50, the anniversary celebration.
Yeah.
They were just given a box and go figure it out.
Yeah.
With their knowledge with tech and computer, it's like, all right, this is the best I could do. But this is maddening, though, how well they look, by the way, with such limited tech.
Yeah.
Like, little information. And you know what's even more mind-blown? Because I remember seeing this in Cinemascular. Somebody apparently did a homebrew, and, for the Atari.
Yeah.
And, wow, Super Mario Brothers. I was mind blown. They were mind blown, and it plays well. It's like astonishing.
I know. I mean, it's not impressive to me with new technology because as technology grows, you could do more with it.
I know. Now, what's even more going with mods or homebrews?
Mm-hmm.
Rober did finished, I should say. He finished the mod Super Mario 64 Beyond the Cursed Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks so beautiful, bruh. It was like if Super Mario 64 have a sequel.
That would be it.
Yeah. And I love the bash system. It's like, from Paper Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Or in some people cases, like, I guess, like, Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door, or even A Hat in Time. Those badges to, that kind of changes certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just absolutely love it. By the way, how that was implied in the gameplay.
Yeah.
I was actually watching Snorplax playing the game, and it just looks so beautiful. I was like, I can't wait to try this out.
Yeah.
I believe he was like any of you guys want to check it out. I know Snorplax did like a stream on it. I believe it was May 25th, 2023. The second part was May 26th, 2023, and part 3 finale May 27th, 2023. So, in case, because sometimes it's hard to, when I go look, the streams, it's like a little confusing.
Yeah.
When I search it, because sometimes I don't see the stream when I go and check video on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like look it up, by the way. In the search bar.
Yeah.
But the whole point is that it was really cool though, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that mod, by the way. It's amazing how people could do with old technology, with the new fresh mind, by the way. Learning from other Leveler past mistake.
Yeah.
Like Hayes Emulator. And like with the new mod he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Return to Yoshi Island.
Yeah.
That is beautiful though, by the way. Because I just recently seen the his other new videos.
Yeah.
I believe it was the scene was like 37 ways to correct or fix Mario movement in Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so cool, by the way. Just to see, like, with his new knowledge, implying the, mechanic in Super Mario 64, fixing a lot of the bugs and error there.
Yeah.
But he said it before. The word musician, or they were like, it was like magic, they were like, yeah, you're right. How did they did it?
Yeah.
During the time.
Yeah.
I don't think we will ever get that, transition ever. I think it was like a once in a generation. Not a once in a lifetime. A once in a generation. We're ever going to see something mind-blowing like that again. And I know the whole VR, the whole AR, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just jumping to 2D to 3D. We're never gonna see that again. That magic again.
Yeah.
I am so glad I lived through that. By the way.
Me too.
I was so glad. We're literally the last generation, by the way, to see that. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I don't know what to say really, because I kind of wish I get to relive that moment, by the way, that magical moment. And don't get me wrong, I love VR and stuff, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same, by the way, with jumping from 2D to 3D.
Interesting how it went,
Yeah. Now, the little sad story, though, is Nintendo with emulations.
Oh.
I don't understand. No, I do understand. I kind of wish um, it doesn't happen. Let's put it that way, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nintendo is always, anti-emulation, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo's always missing the point when they shut down, emulations, by the way.
Yeah, like the one with the dolphin.
Yeah. Preventing them from going to Valve, Steam.
Yeah.
Because that would have been cool, by the way.
What had been cool?
But they claims that emulation violate the company IP rights,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I know that the actual emulation Dolphin did not receive a direct takedown notice from Nintendo. I think it was like
A cease and desist.
from no, like it was from Valve.
Yeah.
Yeah, cease and desist from Valve, but I don't think the actual team that does the emulation received that. But it was supposed to be coming to Steam basically.
Yeah.
But that never happened, by the way.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I'm with Nintendo in this though,
why would you say that?
Only because now I do look emulators not in a form of privacy, but for them to lose potential, sales of, like, let's say they're gonna do a GameCube. Um, um, darn, what did it call again? The one they did was Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and
Bro, it's
Nintendo.
just that simple. Don't overcomplicate. Nintendo Switch Online, NES, or SNES, Nintendo 64 is not that complicated.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't like use all that online stuff anyway, but
Yeah. But the thing is, though, bro, you got to remember, and also they just did the Nintendo Game Boy and Nintendo Game Boy Color and Nintendo Game Boy Advance.
mm-hmm.
But no, the thing is that Nintendo cherry picks what deserve to be in their, like, I guess Netflix model, or back then with Nintendo Wii and Nintendo Wii U, they cherry pick what's going to be in their virtual consoles.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that there's a lot of hidden gems that never have seen a second release unless it was an emulation. And the one thing that comes in my head is Mischief Maker. And I know I mentioned Mischief Maker before, but I love I mean, I have a love-hate with that game, especially getting that extreme secret ending.
Yeah.
Which was the most disappointed, hard-working thing I had to do.
Yeah.
But no, but overall, I would love for other people to try that game out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like it never seen a second release, like, or re-release or a remaster.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love it to see it like come back.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one example. I could come up with like maybe like Spear. I don't think it was ever re-released anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know, or anyone doesn't know, if they don't know, they only released 34 games on the Nintendo Wii, and I'm talking about the original one, Virtual Console, and the Nintendo Wii U is even less than that. So you can see why emulation helps in this case. But then you're gonna say, okay, but what if they eventually does release it? But okay, sure, let's go with that, sure. But okay. So, but what if somebody wants to play a game, but the problem is the whole license issue? For example, it took a really long while for Donkey Kong 64 and GoldenEye 007 to see a, re-release like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember, Mega Man Legends also suffered that, by the way, with I think it was like sponsorship that was in the game that didn't even exist no more, or it does exist and it's still having cause. Well, the ones I think the sponsorship that didn't exist, they a different company owns that, and they had to go through the hoops for that. By the way,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. With that, but it's just one would argue, right? If Nintendo is not releasing all those games, cause the Nintendo GameCube, there's no library for that, 0. I mean, for the Nintendo Wii, you could get a game, right?
Yeah.
And put it in there, right? Sure. But where am I gonna go get the game? Either found a retro video game store, or go to online, Amazon or eBay or any other stores, and buy it from there. But the thing is, with Nintendo GameCube, prices goes up.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And I remember I keep seeing the same, title over and over again. I can't believe Nintendo GameCube prices in 2023. And I'm like, I could believe it. Well, you guys were expecting a bubble burst? No, I don't. I'm one of those people that would not expect that, by the way. It's not surprising. Most people gotta remember, it's a business. People want to make the most profit, by the way.
Yeah.
And yes, I have seen some games lower their price, by the way. I know, for example, I seen it was like Gaia Sister DS. It was very pricey at first. But now, well, actually, I don't know. To be honest, when I mean now, I mean several years back, the price was getting low for that one.
Yeah.
And I think the other one was, what was it, Monster Tale?
Monster Tale.
Yeah, that was another game that was like pricey at first, but then price went down. But I don't know about the price now. But put it this way, there's the games could be very pricey to get a hold of, and even if it was like it sold 1 million copies, the one example I could think is Hunker Bad Fur Day. That game didn't bomb. It's a very, most desired Nintendo 64 game besides Super Mario 64. And it's crazy, by the way, that game is so, highly regarded. Like, it's a must-have for a library. And I am so lucky to have that game, by the way. But looking at the price, I would not expect it to lower down, by the way.
Yeah.
It would just go up, by the way, in my personal opinion. Another one, let's go with Nintendo GameCube instead. A game that I could truly see impossible get is Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky to have that game, but it's like the most rarest Nintendo GameCube game of all time.
Which I'm glad to possess.
But let's say there's a guy or gal that can't afford to get it.
Yeah. The
next step, though, to be honest, it's a bad example because that game is literally a storage box games. Though it's, but okay, let me think of another example of a rare Nintendo GameCube game. Fire Emblem. Let's say somebody want to experience the game. One alternative way is through emulation, and it's not like Nintendo profit from that game anymore. Matter of fact, a lot of the older games, they don't even really profit. It's not even in their library. That's the thing. That's the argument. When would they? If ever. This is why people don't like the cherry picking. If you're going to put like in a library, like a Netflix subscription, put as many as possible.
Yeah.
If possible, all of them. It's a dream, by the way, if they could just put all the games that was ever released in that system.
Yeah.
But realistically, that may not be possible. And what do people go to?
Emulators.
Yeah. And the thing is, with the Nintendo going after, because I remember seeing that from Hungrybox, Spawnwave, LMVG, some ordinary gamer talking about like Nintendo taking down Nintendo Switch emulations. And it's like, I mean, I get it because they still profit from Nintendo Switch. But sometimes people emulate games to preserve them. By the way, preserve DLC because we kind of experienced that with the limited release of. Well, technically, it's a bad example because secretly, I don't think it was like, at least for the digital end, Super Mario 3D All Stars.
Yeah.
It sold so many copies that it's not gonna be like, rare to find.
Yeah, obviously.
But the one I'm thinking of is Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon in the Blade of Light.
Mm-hmm.
The re-release for Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I don't think no one could ever get that, by the way.
Yeah.
And by preserving that, people can do it, that way.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo got their money. Nintendo, is not planning to release that again. And what happened? You were one of those people that's tight on money, living paycheck by paycheck. Though I believe the game wasn't that expensive, but the window was that small though. But imagine that, by the way.
Yeah.
One would have to literally look hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I was thinking of is the Nintendo 3DS, it was Nintendo DS. That The Legend of Zelda's Four Swords 20th anniversary, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That was digital only, and if one wasn't there in 2014, or heck, if one wasn't born in 2014, they would never get to experience that limited release game.
Yeah.
So Nintendo's missing the point when they're taking down emulation, and they're just being protective of their IPs, but they're just making themselves look bad, by the way. And I'm like, why, Nintendo? Why? And it's like sometimes fans, sometimes they just isolate their fans. They couldn't have Super Mario 64. I remember that 100% being like probably won so many awards by being the most, what's the word? Ongoing game.
Yeah.
The most up to date games.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's true. The mod community love Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple game, the most simple game to port, easy to mod, by the way.
Yeah, and the greatest.
Yeah, I will agree with you, bruh. But I know we're getting a little off subject with technology, but it's technically still part of digital technology, though.
Yeah.
But no, because I get it with the whole Nintendo taking down Nintendo Switch emulation.
Mm-hmm.
Because The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was leaked ahead of release.
Yeah.
And another example I could think of is the Xenoblade Chronicle 3. And I believe it was 2 weeks before release date?
That got leaked?
Yeah. So I could see why they're bitter on that, by the way.
Yeah, I could see that too. That's why I fully support that,
Yeah. But in the same time, it's like there's two group of people with emulation, or actually technically 4 group actually. But I'm going to focus on 2, by the way. One that like to preserve the game, preserve games or preserve digital content, DLC.
Mm-hmm.
And one that wants to play games because they don't want to pay for them. They just want to get everything free.
Yeah.
And there's also other camps. I only could think of 4, to be honest. I mean, there's probably more than 4 camps of emulation, or at least emulating games.
We can't accuse,
No, I know there's 4 at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to focus on the pirates and the preservatives.
Yeah.
Or I almost said the 2 P's, but that will sound wrong, by the way.
You can continue.
But yeah. The pirates, of course, that's what Nintendo was mostly thinking of.
Yeah.
And it could technically go back with the Nintendo 64, because Nintendo. This is where I remember the quote. Nintendo said Nintendo 64 is still a powerful system for them, and they think that, and I says they think that The Nintendo 64 is taking money away from them. But to be honest, the average consumer will not know that. By the way, a lot of people will probably not even know that. And even if they did, they're obviously most company is looking for max profit. By the way, the most profit they can get. That's their goal. To, make the most money and please their investors. That's what they care about. But in the same time, if you love a company or a certain industry, there's always people that will support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I could actually think of other stuff like wrestling, like because obviously there's people that like to watch wrestling for free. But if they truly support them, like the ones that do watch it for free, like say a certain wrestler or certain DVDs coming out,
yeah,
even if they're not watching the DVD, they spend the money because they know the money goes to the company and the wrestlers. By the way,
yeah,
because they want to see more. It's like the people like it's like what Don Tony said was AEW Fight Forever.
Yeah.
There's always going to be people that will support it. Like, no matter how many times they're going to delay it, you're going to have those initial fans that's going to buy it no matter what because they want to support AEW.
Yeah, I could see Rob, like willing to wait forever for that game.
Fight forever, wait forever.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying the same thing. I'm a Nintendo fan. I'm not a big fan, technically, of what Nintendo do with their fans. I mean, it's a slap in the face. But I do love their IPs. That's the thing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And they still make quality games, except for Pokemon, which they only focus on quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But but I do support though, Nintendo when it comes to games that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
The whole day one hype.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was talking about as me as being early adapter. Though not always the case, by the way.
Yeah.
Because there's other stuff I'm like iffy on buying now because I know there's going to be a mid-generation, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, oh yeah, and any of you guys wonder, when we got our Nintendo Wii U, it was like 2 years after.
Oh yeah.
Only reason why we got the Nintendo Switch early is because when Super Smash Brother comes out is when we brought it.
Yeah.
Except for the Nintendo Wii, that's the exception. But continue.
Oh, we always trying to get our first Nintendo game on the console, Super Smash Brother.
Yeah, since Nintendo GameCube, right?
Yeah, from GameCube, Wii U, and Switch, we make sure that the first game we grab is Super Smash Brother.
Yeah. Except for Nintendo 64 and the handhelds.
Oh, yeah. And 64, that's a huge exception.
Because our first game ever was Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Which is still my favorite game, by the way. Funny enough, one would think that, if you think about it, right, bruh?
Mm-hmm.
Ever since us playing Super Mario 64, every game sucked. Get it? Because they never surpassed it. Yeah. No, yeah. My first game is my favorite game.
Me too.
No, seriously, I love the Nintendo 64. It's my first video game system.
I love it too, man.
But, in case you're wondering for the Nintendo 3DS, no. Our first game on that system was The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that... We didn't got it on day one. We got it like...
2013.
Yeah, when Pokemon X and Pokemon Y was about to come out. But, we wanted to get The Legend of Zelda first. And we got the special edition too. Because we love The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was hard. No, seriously. It's like Nintendo really do make me upset sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But they just have so much beloved IPs.
Yeah.
So much compared to other companies.
Yeah.
And it's like, it breaks my heart though.
Mm-hmm.
Breaks my heart when they like are bitter, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you wanted to say something, bro?
Like when a console come out, There's like something new to it, like a new tech, and they put as the gimmick, like the Wii with the motion controls, or the Wii U with the dual.
Gamepad,
Yeah, and then the Switch was switching.
the hybrid of a home system and a handheld.
Yeah, but you know what I would love to see as a new device?
Hologram?
Hologram.
Exactly.
I would love to have like images, and maybe I could see it through my head, and I would love to see that.
Yeah.
That should be Nintendo new gimmick, a hologram.
Yeah, yeah.
Which are holograms invented?
Yes. Been a while.
Oh, I'm so late to that.
I mean, so late a while. That was like what, high school? You don't remember the whole rapper hologram? I think it was Tupac. They did a hologram on. Heck, even The Simpsons made a parody on that. Lisa Simpson, by the way, seeing hologram musicians. Even Gun Murray.
Whatever.
But yeah. Oh yeah. One thing I wanted to mention is internet. By the way, speaking of internet, you're familiar with the whole 3G, 4G, 5G, 10G.
No, what's that?
And well, I know because you don't really care for these stuff. It's like what Sis said. So it's basically the data we use to go to the internet. You know how you complain to me, I don't have enough data in my phone?
Yeah, I don't got enough.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So what 3G and 4G is basically, it's the ability to browse through the internet.
Oh.
And mostly our phone uses 4G, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And because, it's mostly, it's like one of those cheap prepay phone.
Okay.
So with that, you have the ability to use YouTube and Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
But 5G is more advanced. So you could use something like cloud-based video games or AR or VR.
Okay.
Now, if I'm correct, Xfinity, Comcast.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember seeing this with WWE Backlash at Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Them promoting the whole 10G. And I was like, whoa, when did that happen? The whole, skipping 6G, 7G, 8G, and 9G. They just went straight to 10G. No, but seriously, though, that's basically what it is. But no, I'm just saying, it's pretty amazing. They just skipped, literally 3G, 4G, 5G, 10G. And it's like what Sis said. How much faster do you need for the internet? You just click and it happens.
Yeah.
But if I remember, it was 10G. Something about like 13 milliseconds, like for like a gigabyte to load or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's crazy, but it's like, why would we need that much?
Yeah, I guess there's some maniacs that just want high-speed internet.
Yeah, but how fast do you need?
I don't know. I don't need it.
I can't even tell.
Yeah, me too. Again, I don't need it.
I know. I'm very comfortable with 4G.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to bring to the table?
Like, let's imagine, like, what kind of technology we could see in the future,
Well, I know they're doing the whole space travel. I seen like in 2024, they're planning to bring humans to the moon, by the way.
Whoa. Oh, wait, I think I remember hearing that.
Yeah, duh, Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty cool to see because I think it's been like 50 years since human went to the moon and stuff.
Yeah,
So that'd be pretty cool to see again.
it would be cool.
I remember Triple H said something about he wanted to go visit the moon again. Well, no, space travel.
Yeah.
Oh man, but sadly, unknowingly, he had that heart complication.
Yeah.
So he got like a pacemaker inside.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not gonna probably be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you got to go through all these intense trainings to get there.
Yeah.
But that's not the point, by the way. But the point is how cool it is to go finally travel to space.
Mm-hmm.
If you were rich and had the money to go there.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to bring up is speaking of wrestling, AI writers.
AI writers?
Yeah.
Artificial intelligent writers?
Well, yes, that one specifically. And no, not WWE writers themselves. I remember Sonic Monster was reading a fan mail about because there was a person talking about the whole writer strike
Mm-hmm.
in in Hollywood.
Yeah.
How there's a lot of people on strike because of well, I guess it's something about not being paid enough
Mm-hmm.
and doing too much work.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't remember completely reason why they're on strike. Obviously they're on strike because they're not happy with the work environment.
Yeah.
The whole point I'm going with is that somebody was talking about how would this affect WWE and AEW, and the answer for Sonic Monster is there is none. None at all. But because Warner Brother Discovery is, of course, allegedly paying AEW almost $1 billion. Yeah, with a B, not an M, a B. Like how Fox paid WWE $2 billion, right?
Yeah.
AEW almost $1 billion deal, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It is.
But still, you're gonna say, how did this have to do with AI writers? Simple, by the way. Sonic Monster mentioned about the whole writer strike. One of the reasons why they're also upset is the whole AI writers, because if I remember, there are AI writers actually writing for the show, and what the human writers are doing, human being spirit writers are doing is proofreading the AI writers, and that is crazy, by the way.
It is crazy.
And I remember talking this topic with my sis, and our sis actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Was our sis, and she said that it's not gonna be really possible. Like AI writers completely taking over human writers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons is because the AI, unless they do have the tech, but they're not going to capture the whole human experience, by the way.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, it's the AI writer, the whole algorithm involved with previous historic writings and mixing with modern writings to get like some kind of AI to write a story, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think it is Warner Brothers Discovery is putting a lot of money on AI writers.
Yeah.
And I think also Comcast, but wait, yeah. Well, no, Comcast is NBC Universal. There you go. Is also putting money in that.
Yeah.
And the whole sad point, by the way, is that they're slowly but steadily putting AI writers, by the way, to write the show. But a lot of shows, though, regardless from the writer strike, have been either postponed or canceled for that. And I noticed Sonic Monster mentioned a couple of shows that he was writing got postponed because of this.
Yeah.
The whole point is that AI writers is crazy, because imagine if that is a thing, then what job is there for humans?
I know, like the Industrial Revolution, one of the big concern that these people had, because a lot of things were man-made,
Yeah.
And, like, people actually stitch up clothes. They didn't rely on a factory. But, geez. This is why I'm, like, saying robots will take over the world.
You're like an iRobot?
yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, taking over the world. Like, they will do everything for us.
Yeah, everything. I mean, heck, there's a robot. I remember seeing a commercial in YouTube with the what was it, Litterbot or Litter Robot? and a literally like a robot that take care of the litter box.
Yeah.
So one would not have to.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It is, and the whole writer strike. It is pointing to a very frightening, future, because then a lot of humans being spirit will, human spirit being,
Yeah.
will lose their job.
Yes.
I don't know, because I could understand seeing robots taking care of the most dangerous jobs, though.
No, yeah, that I don't mind, you know?
But the most simple jobs out there, I don't know, to be honest.
And especially if jobs that just make people creative, you know?
Yeah, especially writing.
Yeah. One of the most creative skills, one could acquire.
Now, I remember this YouTuber. Not remember this YouTuber. I couldn't remember the YouTuber. I tried so hard to find
His name?
yeah, but I don't remember. But I remember he was answering a fan that sent him a question about the adult industry being advanced in technology, by the way.
Yeah.
And one of the things he was talking about is how these robots are so advanced that they even think on their own. And to the point they even look realistic.
That you could get confused them as a human.
Yeah, that point. Like their skin looking so realistic. And of course he if I remember talking about the guy was talking about like how horniness could lead to like to technology, by the way, being advanced, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because and I remember the YouTuber I think it was the fan that sent him the YouTuber talking about how companies spend like millions of dollars for these tech, by the way, because you can only do so much within within the adult entertainment.
Yeah.
And many trying to find new innovative ways to do it, by the way.
Yeah.
Or if one is lonely,
Mm-hmm.
they try to do many ways to do it.
Yeah.
But the whole point is that it's pretty scary, by the way, how technology could go this far, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I remember the YouTuber was talking about, are we editing this?
Wait. Mom, sis, can you keep it down?
No, just wait until they're done.
Okay.
I had to yell at them. Are you gonna like edit this? Well, I mean, though you're gonna edit this. Well, you just make this as the last topic, by the way, and we wrap it up. All right. Oh yeah, yeah. If I remember, it was the YouTuber. He didn't seem like the adult industry will take over the world like that.
Yeah.
But I could totally see people having this like this anxiety, this scariness, that the fear that robot will eventually take over the world.
Yeah.
Or how scary technology could evolve. And I think the whole point is that the industry, the adult industry is, that advanced, by the way, because, how far, by the way, they want to innovate new ways, by the way. And I get it, because you could even think about sport. I'm going back with wrestling. It's like Sonomaster once said. He's seen everything. But when something new does happen once in a while, it's extra special, because we got to see it all, really. Ladder matches, table matches, share matches, get it?
Yeah.
TLC matches,
Yeah.
hardcore matches, street fights, all of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Cave matches. Yeah.
I get the point.
Yeah, no disqualification matches, DQ matches. You get the point. I mean, no DQ matches. You get the point. Lumberjack matches. It's like, what else is out there, by the way? But no, but it's just people invent new tech to innovate new ways to do something, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we're kind of near the end of the. Well, not kind of. We're in the
Near to the end
of the broadcast. Anything you want? Any final thoughts?
Well, I want to see how technology goes in the future, but I'm not really into technology like that. So, but it's still interesting. Like like the whole chip to the moon. Yeah, I would love to see that.
It sounded like you said ship to the moon. You mean like the whole trip to the moon?
You know what I mean? Like where you say rocket?
For me though,
And actually, be interesting if it looks like a UFO.
yeah, that'd be interesting. Imagine that's how those UFO sightings really is.
Time travelers?
Probably.
But yeah, continue.
Well, actually, I want to say this. Can you imagine time travel technology?
That'd be a whole different thing.
No, that'd be a scary technology because then can you imagine altering human history if one have this very hard ego like DarkSydePhil, ESP Gaming?
Oh yeah, I can see that. He'd be like going to the future, showing a pencil, and say, "Ooh."
You mean going to the past, saying that he's from the future, showing a pencil? You said going to the future. Can you imagine if he goes even to the future, he's even more outdated?
Yeah. But whatever.
I remember that in Johnny Bravo when he said he was during the medieval time and he was like, "Look, a pencil."
It was a pen.
Oh, yeah, pen. Well, you know what I mean. He was figuring the.
Yeah.
Well, when I meant pencil, I meant pen. Like touching the button to,
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, can you imagine him going to the past, trying to alter history? So he was a dictator.
Yeah, that's funny.
That goes with his dictator hat,
Yeah.
saying, "Give me money for my WWE champion addiction."
Mm-hmm.
Well, alleged WWE champion addiction. All right, my final thoughts is basically, I have a mixed feeling with technology, but it's cool but in the same time, scary in the same time. Yes, I have my frustration with tech a lot of times, but in the same time, it makes my life easier.
I agree.
We live for these stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Wizard Eye Show. Sorry. The Ildefonso Brothers Show. Starting...
You mean...
Oh, right, fine. We're the Unknown.
Yay!
All right, guys. You want to do the closing, bruh?
Yeah. You have anything about the show or the characters, or if you want to make a deal with us, or you want to say something to us, you can email at wearepressasending@yahoo.com and check out our Twitter handle at wearepressasending.
And that, guys, remember, if you like the video, hit the like button. Or, what Tony said, hit that dislike button.
Yeah, hit that dislike button.
Or, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this and other videos like We're Press the Setting flagship show, We're BS, and I Am Wizard, which is usually starting me and blogging stuff that what I do.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so remember to share and comment if you have anything you want to share.
And trying to say something nice, Mr. Dragon.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.